This is a message for someone today that I'm inspired to give. I'm supposed to be giving a message today, or inspired to speak or share with you some insight regarding spiritual and reality alchemy and your ability to create the things in your life that you want. It's a gorgeous day out here. Oh, it's beautiful out here in creation. Ooh. And my goal is to do a 26-mile ride and maybe hit another one this evening. I need it. It is so good for my body. But anyway, I had this thought that I needed to share something for a soul out there who needs to hear a particular message at a particular time. I have always believed that there are no coincidences. Although we see the coinciding of events, everything is synchronous. Everything is synchronistic. Everything is by design. Everything is God coordinated, or whatever it is that you choose to call your spiritual connection. And so when I feel inspired, I make sure that I always listen to that inspiration. And so it's important for me to remind you that everything that you see, everything that you create, everything that you experience is first created or conceptualized in another field of reality, in the spiritual realm, in the unseen realm. And that you were created, a lot of people will call it, in the image of God. I like to say theomorphic. That's what the T stands for in my Throne 69 acronym. You are theomorphic, which means that you're created in the image of God, or in the image of all that is, or in the image of this, I don't know what you want to call it, magnanimous, omnipotent force field, this alternate reality, or the reality that belies the physical world, the reality that is responsible, or the field of energy that is responsible for everything else that we see. And so you're created in the image of that. You take that however you want to take it, but if you extrapolate, what you come to understand is that you have those qualities, that you have that to lean on, that it is a part of you, that you are intimately connected to it, and you are an expression of it, similar to the sun that has rays emanating from it. All right? So what I'm saying to you is that you are one with that field. You are a part of that field. And you don't need a mediator for that. You don't need a validator, meaning you don't need anyone to validate that for you. It's within you. It's within your breath. It's within all of the voluntary movements and actions that take place within your body. It's within you when you come into a state of peace and relaxation. It's also within you when you surrender to wherever it is God has taken you in your life. All right? You have a destiny, whatever it is you want to call that. Some people say fate. Some people say destiny is one thing, fate is another thing. But you have a destiny, or you have a life path that is an agreement, so to speak, or a covenant, so to speak, with a deeper, more real part of yourself. You can call it your higher self, you can call it your soul, you can call it God, you can call it whatever it is you choose to call it. That's irrelevant, because the truth is one. Semantics, which are the words that we use, they really don't have a lot to do with the essence of a thing, especially when you've experienced the essence of a thing. And I think if you're watching this video and you are still with me at this point, then you can resonate with what I'm saying. You've experienced it. You know it. You've had to surrender to it. You're also required to co-create from within that field using the gifts, the talents, the skills, the activations, and the power that you were given. And so when I talk about spiritual and reality alchemy, what I'm talking about is keeping your mind, your spirit, your soul, your body, all of you aligned with what it is that you are creating in your life or the direction that you are moving in. And to make this paramount in your life and know that as long as you are sincere in your intentions and you are doing as you're being led and guided to do and you're on the right path and you're not seeking to hurt anyone and you are realizing that you came here to this planet to do good works. But that's not the only reason why you came here. You came to this planet to evolve as a soul. This is like a training ground. It's like a boot camp. It's like the University of Life, as I call it oftentimes. You come here to learn not only who you are, but to also shed the artificial trappings of what this reality, this matrix, this little box, this little bubble is that you may find yourself in. You come here to recognize that you are a creator being, that you are divine, that you come from the divine, and that you have powers that you've been separated from. You have qualities and essences that you can engage to up-level your experience. And that's what I call reality alchemy, which is the R in my Throne 69 acronym. As a reality alchemist, you shift your world first by shifting your spiritual attunement, by shifting your point of perception, by shifting your belief system. And you shift into a place where you recognize who you truly are, where you recognize your divinity, and you recognize your ability to create. And in fact, you realize that everything that you are seeing as the external blueprint in your external world is actually a reflection of or a mirror for what it is that you are conjuring in your mind, what you're spending your time doing, what you're reflecting on, what the vibrational frequency is of the things that you think about each and every day. Those things become what you see in your outer world. And so, in fact, you have already experienced your reality alchemy in some of the greatest, most poignant ways already just by what you've created in your life. And a lot of what we create in our life becomes beautiful, beautiful lessons. Sometimes those lessons are very pleasant and we learn them with ease. Other times those lessons come in disguise as a divine demolition or a major transformation that we may be going through, or some other series of events that can feel unfortunate. But let me remind you at all times that everything that you are going through in your life has a divine purpose, and it's one. It is to work for the expansion, to work for your expansion, the expansion of your soul, the expansion of your godlike nature, the expansion of your ability to realize that you have a lot more power than you've been told that you have. And a lot of times this can involve a reprogramming or an unprogramming or a deprogramming of everything that you have been told to believe. Everything that has created a separation between you and who you really are, or created a separation between you and the divine, you and God. That you yourself are an instrument of the divine. That is a conscious choice as well, but that you yourself are an instrument of the divine, that you can be a vessel of the divine, but you are most certainly an expression of the divine. And when you choose to use that in a way that empowers yourself and in a way that empowers others, then you are on your divine path. The divine path will shapeshift your entire life. It doesn't mean that you're here to be the same, look the same, and do the same thing every single day from here till eternity. What it means is that you come here as an expression of evolution, of expansion, of good works, as in good deeds. You come here to deliver or to be a representative for or to embody higher principles. Okay, the principles that are aligned with the way this cosmos was created by God. Harmony. Harmony is big. Okay, you come here to align with those things that help keep the balance. Okay, that help provide a sense of, you could say, temperance. Okay, and so as a reality alchemist, it's important that you never let that power go, that you understand that oftentimes you will be placed in situations that are to help you up level, that are to help you get into a space of creation, because you are a creator. And you may not have thought of yourself as a creative person. I know that for years, probably it took me until I was in my late 30s, early 40s, that I was willing to admit that I'm creative, and I'm extremely creative. Because at the time, I just saw creativity as painting or drawing or being a musician. But when you take it to a higher spiritual understanding, your ability to create is your ability to shift energy, your ability to alchemize things, your ability to bring things into existence. That's what being a creator is. And a lot of times you'll find yourself in situations where you will be called on to create or to alchemize or to transmute a situation or to bring about beauty out of something that may already be beautiful, that you're adding more beauty to it, or out of something that has lost its shine, or an unfortunate event, or anything in life. So when I talk about, or when we talk about spiritual alchemy, it's staying in alignment with the principles that allow you to create the beauty in your world, okay, and to contribute to the beauty in the world or in your environment. Excuse me, I'm about to cross over the interstate, which is going to take me to the blissful part of my ride. Oh, I love it. I love it. And so, staying in alignment is the only thing that allows you to feel free, that allows you to expand, that gives you the divine inheritance that you were guaranteed, which is abundance. It is what allows all of your prayers to be answered, and for you to be a witness to those prayers being answered, and to know and see that they're being answered on an everyday basis. When you function in alignment, things happen with ease. You're not in resistance. You're not fighting what is. You're heeding the call. You're listening to your spiritual apparatus, your intuition, and you're making the decisions that are for your highest good or are for the highest good. And so, spiritual alchemy, reality alchemy, requires that you understand that you come here as you evolve your soul to create your reality and to encounter circumstances that will require that you engage yourself, that will require that you engage a higher level of activity, and that require that you spread your wings, okay, and be comfortable being in a place of discomfort sometimes as you stretch and grow. But that all of it is beautiful because all of it is life, and that's what life is. And so, whoever this message is for, if you feel as though you are in the unknown at this particular time, go with the flow. Enjoy the beautiful life that you have been given. First and foremost, recognize that it is beautiful and that it's beautiful every day. Even if you don't always see it, it's beautiful every day. And that contained within all of the beauty truly is everything that you need, everything that you will ever need. I mean, look at all of the abundance. I mean, if I could just show you, and I can't, the beautiful feels on both sides. The abundance, the growth, the healing energy of everything that is in this creation that is a reminder of your eternal essence. Don't ever allow yourself, people that are around you, no matter how close to you they are, confusion, chaos, external events, things that may be going on in the world. Don't ever allow that stuff to define your reality. Those things are distractions from your power. They are distractions from the matter at hand. They can do you no good except serve to program you, to excite you, to give you anxiety, to take you off of your path, take you out of self, and place you into the external world, and to preoccupy you with things that essentially are useless. So the world that you create is the world that you create. The world that you live in is the world that you create. And whatever it is that you seek to have, it's possible. All you have to do is attune. All you have to do is attune to it. And be very vigilant about not allowing anything else to enter into that realm. And remember that you are a creator being. And understand what that is. And understand all of the things that you've already created in your life. Look around, whether you like it or not. You created it. Your mindset, your energy, the frequency that you hold day in and day out help to create the situation around you. Take responsibility for all the beautiful things that you've created. Take responsibility for all the things that you haven't created. Take responsibility for the change that needs to happen in order to bring about the answer to your prayers. Because many of you have prayed for changes in your life, or you have prayed for things in your life that cannot come about with you being the same person, holding the same frequency, broadcasting the same vibrational frequencies that you have been up to this point. It cannot happen because it cannot be sustained within the current energy of who you are. And so things have to shift, things have to change. Be willing to go with that change. See it for what it is and define it. Because once you define something and you know what it is and you understand it, it doesn't confuse you. You don't have to be dual-minded about it because you already know what it is. You see it and you call it out. And so it cannot catch you off guard. So you look at your circumstances and you can understand what is happening on some level at every juncture in your experience. And so you simply surrender to it and you take inspired action. And you do those things that feel good. Because whenever you're doing the things that feel good, or you get your mind right about the things that you know should feel good from a place of gratitude, whenever you do those things, when you pour good in, you get good out. It's just that simple. So that's my message for whoever that beautiful message is for. I just needed to share that for you today, and hopefully you get something out of that. I am going to finish the rest of this beautiful ride, and I am going to release you in your illumination, in your reality alchemy, in love, in empowerment, and in your divinity to reality alchemy. Have a beautiful, empowered, peaceful, productive, and passion-filled rest of your day.